Man, guys, can we just appreciate this new chapter of JJK and the art looking really fantastic? Like the first two pages here, where you get to see Kashimo and Hikari just kind of facing each other. Like the art is just really well done. And overall, this was a pretty great chapter. We kind of get the summary, and we all know that with Hikari's power, everything gets explained. And Kashimo realizes that, and it looks like with this iteration, and again, we all know, before I get into it, we all know Hikari's power, it can be complicated, yes, for sure, but I think you just have to know the gist of it, because again, it's really a thing where I don't think you have to know all of it to really understand it. So right now, he's not immortal. He's about to go for his second aim for a jackpot, and right now he's in the probability change. So last time he was rolling odds, now he's rolling evens. And if I'm reading this correctly, it looks like evens are having a higher chance of getting a jackpot. Now, I don't know if that's because he got jackpot last time, or if within the rules, evens, you're supposed to get a higher probability. But I don't think that's the case. I think it's the former. Since he got jackpot last time, it mentions in the chapter, jackpot is exceeding 20%. So he's literally guaranteed a jackpot, most likely, right? But anyway, we see them kind of go back and forth, and it's crazy to see Hikari match Kashimo, like almost blow for blow. And Kashimo, he really isn't fazed by a lot of this stuff, honestly. It's like when this gets animated, it's going to be crazy. I really do think JJK it's so consistent, and it's one of the manga, besides like One Punch Man, that's really just carrying Shonen Jump right now. Yeah, but we see them kind of go back to back. We see Kashimo kind of block one of Hikari's hits, and he kind of rolls behind his back and elbows him in the neck, and we see him go unconscious, and then this glass breaks, right? And then he's like, keep going. So I don't know what happened here, but it explains that apparently Hikari used something called a pseudo spin. And if you read the explanation, a pseudo spin is a situation where it looks like the number has stopped, but it actually hasn't. And I don't know if you've ever been to a gambling place, a casino. I know that situation. It's like it's slowing down, but then it just keeps going. It's weird, right? It's just a little thing. But apparently, he can use this pseudo spin. So because of the previous activation of Pure Love Train, the probability of a jackpot has exceeded 20%, and it's an extremely high hype preview. And so he doesn't normally use pseudo spins because it has a high risk of being a dud. So basically something that would not be good for him to get a jackpot. But because of the high probability chance in the change mode, he is using it freely. Because again, now that he's using this jackpot again, sorry, I'm getting mixed up. But yeah, now that he's doing this, his domain expansion again, the jackpot is exceeding that 20%, right? So I guess this is another part of his power. He's able to use these pseudo spins, so whenever he kind of goes unconscious or gets beat up bad, he resets. And we see it again here. They go back and forth. He gets kneed in the head. Then he says, keep going. And then he says, reach. And they're both smiling. And they both enter the hype preview. And it looks like it's Sayaka Yamaguchi. And the scenario is Hiro has to basically make it to the, Shin Yuri Gaoka. If I'm pronouncing that right, I hope so. But he has to make it to that station. And we see them both kind of looking at the signs that are passing through, right? We see the first sign break, second sign break, Noribito or Noborito. We see that sign go by. And then it says, press the button. And we see, we see Hikari basically smash through the last sign, and it says that he reaches the Shin station, right? So he basically reaches jackpot. We see the end of the scene, and he matches all the evens of Sayaka Yamaguchi. They return back out of domain extension, and then the music starts, right? Now, okay, so Kashimo basically explains that he's got his invincibility. He's got unlimited cursed energy that can in turn be used as reverse cursed energy. And this was interesting. He says, but this jackpot matched even numbers. Even if he expands his domain expansion, after the next time he does it, the probability change will have ended. So this probability change is a higher chance of getting jackpot, right? So he won't have an immediate jackpot like last time. So probability change, whenever he gets that, it's the likeliness, like I've explained a couple times, but I'm starting to really get it. The likeliness of him getting jackpot exceeds way higher. But he doesn't want to wait 4 minutes and 11 seconds, and we see him just like charge up crazy, right? And he's like, look, turn up the music, I'ma slaughter you while you're in your immortal mode. And Hikari, they're both like, I'm gonna be honest, they're both unfazed. It's kind of crazy. It's really crazy. This is gonna be a crazy fight, man. And this is cool here. So we get a flashback. We get Kenjaku, we get Kashimo. They're kind of talking. It looks like Kashimo just defeated an enemy. And then we see Kenjaku mentions a guy named Ryu in a certain area. Oh gosh, where did he say that area was? In the Mutsu province, right? And he's like, he's really powerful. And I think he visited Ryu. Or he might eventually visit Ryu. I don't know if he visited him before he came to Kenjaku or after, but he knows about Ryu. And as you all know, like, Ryu is the guy that had the hair that Yuta went up against. I really like to see Udo if we could get her, but maybe not. So then we get Kashimo asking Kenjaku as he's coughing up blood, you know, who's the strongest sorcerer? And he just flat out says Sukuna. There's no debate. And that was 600 years ago. So this isn't during the Heian period. So he doesn't actually know Sukuna. So this is confirmed because I think a lot of people have been assuming that, hey, he knows who Sukuna is, but he actually doesn't. He has heard of Sukuna even back in his day. And that's because of Kenjaku. So he wants to just fight Sukuna, right? And this is why he accepted Kenjaku's offer, his contract, so he can basically come back in a different time period to get that chance to fight Sukuna, right? And we see him turn around and he's like really old. And yeah, that's the chapter, guys. Again, really great chapter. The Calling Games has just been this like, in terms of how this arc is going, to be honest with you, I would give it an 8.5 so far, and it's only getting better. Honestly, I would maybe give it a 9, but the only reason I'm not giving it a 9 because I feel like people have a hard time keeping up with the rules of the Calling Game and maybe some of the Jujutsu powers or the powers that we're kind of getting in this Calling Game. But honestly, as this goes on, I'm thinking it's gonna be like one of the top 3 arcs easily, or top 5. Even though there's really not too many, it's really good. Like, the standard of JJK is just incredible, and I really enjoyed this chapter. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comments.